The Galactic Coalition's firing range on Station Kepler 442 hummed with the usual afternoon activity. Dozens of species from across the spiral arm practiced their marksmanship, their weapons crackling and hissing in a symphony of controlled violence. The air shimmered with heat signatures and the acrid smell of discharged plasma. Danny Chen stood at lane 17, her standard-issue human rifle resting against her shoulder with practiced ease. The weapon looked primitive compared to the sleek energy weapons surrounding her, all gunmetal and chemical propellants, a relic from Earth's violent past. She didn't seem to notice or care about the stairs. 3 lanes over, Krathor adjusted his optical enhancements, his 4 eyes narrowing at the human female. The Zentari warrior had dominated the range's leaderboards for 6 cycles, his natural predatory vision and neural targeting augments making him virtually unstoppable at distances up to 2 kilometers. He had never understood why the Coalition bothered recruiting humans, soft, slow creatures from a backwater world who clung to ballistic weapons like primitives worshipping fire. The human attempts qualification again, Krathor chittered to his companion, mandibles clicking with amusement. 3rd time this week. Perhaps she hopes persistence will overcome inadequacy. His companion, a crystalline Vex named Shard, pulsed with sympathetic light. Humans are known for their stubbornness. It's almost admirable how they refuse to acknowledge their limitations. Danny's enhanced hearing picked up every word. She smiled, a predator's smile that would have warned anyone from Earth to step carefully. Instead, she adjusted her ear protection and focused downrange. The target materialized at 800 meters. Standard qualification distance for Coalition Marksman, she breathed. Once, twice. On the 3rd exhale, between heartbeats, she squeezed the trigger. The rifle bucked. The target registered a perfect center mass hit. Krathor's mandibles clicked dismissively. Adequate. For stationary targets, let her face the advanced course where targets move, where wind matters, where true skill separates warriors from amateurs. Rangemaster Torvex, a grizzled Korthian veteran, overheard the exchange. His tusks curved upward in what might have been a smile. Krathor, perhaps you would like to make this interesting. The Zentari's head cocked, all 4 eyes focusing on the Rangemaster. Interesting how? A challenge. You versus the human. Advanced course, level 7. Variable weather conditions, moving targets, reactive threat scenarios. Winner takes top spot on the leaderboard. Krathor's exoskeleton rippled with what passed for laughter among his kind. The human cannot even access level 7. She hasn't qualified past level 3. Then it should be easy for you, Danny said, her voice carrying the flat calm of Earth's mountain ranges. She set down her rifle and turned to face the Zentari fully. Unless you're scared of a primitive from a backwater world. The range fell silent. Even the automated systems seemed to pause. Krathor's mandibles spread wide, a threat display. You dare— I dare! Danny interrupted, her brown eyes never leaving his primary pair. Earth taught me that talking doesn't win fights. Let's see what your augments taught you. 20 minutes later, they stood at the entrance to the advanced range. The course stretched across 3 kilometers of simulated terrain. Urban ruins, forest cover, desert expanses. Holographic enemies and allies would populate the environment randomly. Environmental controls would introduce wind, rain, thermal distortion, and atmospheric interference. They would have 1 hour to eliminate as many threats as possible, while avoiding civilian casualties. Krathor's plasma rifle hummed with barely contained energy, its targeting computer already syncing with his neural implants. Danny carried only her rifle, her sidearm, and a combat knife older than some of the junior officers on the station. Rangemaster Torvex raised his hand. Marksman ready. Course level 7, combat scenario Delta on my mark. The hologram shimmered to life. Rain lashed down immediately, visibility dropping to a few hundred meters. Krathor darted forward, his enhanced legs carrying him into cover with inhuman speed. His targeting systems painted threats through the downpour, weapons lock indicators appearing in his augmented vision. Danny moved differently. She walked methodical and unhurried into the killing field. The first target appeared, a hostile at 300 meters, moving between buildings. Krathor's plasma rifle spoke, the bolt splashing against the target's center mass. Confirmed kill. His mandibles clicked with satisfaction. 2 seconds later, Danny's rifle cracked once. Another target fell at 400 meters. one that Krathor's systems hadn't even identified yet. Krathor's confidence wavered. He pushed forward, his systems identifying 6 more targets in rapid succession. His rifle whirred and spat plasma, taking down 4. 2 escaped into cover. Behind him, methodical as death itself, Danny's rifle spoke twice more. Both of Krathor's escapees collapsed. Impossible, Krathor hissed. How does she track them without augments? He didn't understand. Couldn't understand. The Coalition trained soldiers, efficient, augmented, system-dependent. They optimized for technology, for advantages, for overwhelming force. Earth-trained warriors. Danny had learned to shoot in the Appalachian Mountains, where her grandfather taught her that patience beats speed, where understanding wind and distance and the weight of rain mattered more than targeting computers. She had refined her skills in Marine Scout Sniper School, where instructors with more combat deployments than Krathor had years of life taught her that the mission wasn't about shooting. It was about seeing, thinking, adapting. The Coalition made marksmen. Earth made hunters. The course intensified. Targets appeared at random distances in random conditions. Thermal blooms obscured vision. Sonic distortions disrupted audio cues. The rain became sleet, then hail, then cleared entirely to blazing heat that created mirage effects. Krathor's augment struggled. His targeting computer recalibrated constantly, fighting environmental interference. His shot count climbed 63, 71, 88, but his accuracy suffered. Civilian casualties mounted as his systems misidentified targets. Danny's count climbed slower, 41, 53, 67, but every shot found its mark. She didn't fight the environment. She read it, used it, became part of it. When thermal blooms obscured her vision, she waited, patient as stone, until the distortion cleared or the target moved into better light. When wind gusted, she adjusted instinctively, her mind calculating ballistics that no computer could process fast enough. The final scenario materialized, a hostage situation at extreme range, 200 meters out. Wind gusting at 15 knots variable. A hostile holding a civilian, using them as a shield. Headshot only. One chance. Krathor's systems locked, calculated, recalculated, wind velocity unpredictable. Range at the edge of his rifle's effective distance. Margin of error. Unacceptable. He hesitated. Danny knelt, her rifle settling onto her shoulder like it had been born there. She observed. The hostile's rhythm. 3 seconds exposed, 2 seconds behind the hostage. The wind, gusting from the east-northeast, probably 17 knots at shooter position, likely 12 at target distance based on the flag movement in the mid-range. Temperature differential creating a slight mirage effect, pushing perception low and left. She breathed, found that space between heartbeats where the world holds its breath with you. The rifle spoke once. 200 meters downrange, the hostile target collapsed, the holographic bullet hole appearing precisely between the eyes. The civilian hologram stumbled away. Safe. Course complete. The scoreboard illuminated Danny. 89 confirmed kills. 0 civilian casualties. Krathor. 103 confirmed kills. 17 civilian casualties. Accounting for penalties, final scores, Danny, 890 points. Krathor, 678 points. The Zentari stood frozen, his 4 eyes locked on the scoreboard as if refusing to process what they saw. Your weapon. It's primitive. No targeting assist. No neural link. How? That's the difference, Danny said quietly, ejecting her magazine and clearing her chamber with automatic precision. You're a soldier. Good at following what your systems tell you. Taking the shots your computer says to take. She met his eyes, all 4 of them. Earth doesn't need more soldiers. We have enough people who follow orders, who trust machines to make decisions. She slung her rifle across her back. Earth trains warriors. We teach people to think, to adapt, to overcome. Your augments made you dependent. Predictable. When they failed, you failed. She turned to leave, then paused. The galaxy has millions of soldiers, Krathor. Efficient, augmented, optimized. But when the fight goes wrong, when the systems fail, when all you have is your skill and your will, that's when you need a warrior. She walked away, her primitive weapon on her back, leaving the Zentari marksman to contemplate a truth the galaxy was slowly learning. Humanity's greatest weapon had never been their technology. It was their refusal to let technology replace what made them dangerous in the first place. The raw, adaptable, thinking killer that evolution had carved from Earth's unforgiving crucible. Rangemaster Torvex watched her go, his tusks curved in genuine respect. Humans, he reflected, understood something the rest of the galaxy had forgotten. The tool doesn't make the warrior. The warrior makes the tool matter. And Earth, that violent, beautiful, terrifying world, had spent 10,000 years perfecting the art of making warriors.